What is up, everyone? Bolagnaise here. I'm going to do a tank review today on the new Tier 8 French Premium tank destroyer that's going to be coming out shortly to the World of Tanks store. It is the Amx Cda Assault. Not sure exactly how to say that. 105. And we're going to take a look at some Ace Tanker gameplay and compare it to the Amx AC-448, which is the non-premium Tier 8 French tank destroyer. And we'll also take a look at it compared against an STRV S1, which is another Tier 8 tank destroyer that you can buy in the store right now as well. So we're just going to take a look at my loadout that I ran on it. Obviously it is a premium tank, so there's no equipment you can upgrade on it, rather not equipment modules you can upgrade on it. So obviously it comes as is, but it does come with a 105mm, as indicated by its name, which means that it's going to do 390 average damage. So in thinking of that, the equipment that I ran on the tank was a gun rammer, vents, and binoculars. Now, the reason I ran that is because looking at the statistics, and we'll take a look at them in a minute, but the tank is quite mobile and very fast. It does 55 kilometers an hour top speed. And so I feel like this tank can be played aggressively. So for my very first game that I played in it, I decided to try and play the tank aggressive to try and get a feel for how it played. And as you'll see, I did very well in it first game I played in it. And so let's take a look at the in-game stats, and we can see some of the statistics here in the game client now. So we're going to take a look at them. It has 390 average damage, which is quite good. 260 average penetration on its APCR rounds. It gets APCR as standard, and it gets heat as its primary gold ammunition. And that heat round has 310mm of penetration. 310 mils is not amazing, however, it is still quite good for a Tier 8, and it means that you'll be able to basically pen most tanks that you come up against, other than super heavies if you're trying to fight them. So that's still pretty good. Rate of fire is 6.18 rounds a minute, which means that its base reload is, take a mouse over this, its base reload is just over 10.5 seconds. With vents and 100% crew in it, its reload comes down to 9.7 seconds. And then if we add food to it, its reload comes down to 9.29 seconds. So as you can see, its alpha plus its reload are quite good. They're not bad at all. I feel like the gun's characteristics are very good. It has a 1.8 second aim time, and it has 0.27 accuracy. That is awesome. The gun is a little bit derpy. It has quite large bloom values when turning the turret. When I say quite large, they're not horrendous that it makes the tank unplayable, but it is very bloomy. It is meant to be played in a static position. The aim time does make up for a lot of that bloom, and as you'll see in the replay, you can play it aggressively. There's nothing against that, but you'll see in the replay, it has 2,500 average damage per minute, which is quite high for a Tier 8 tank just in general. So that is really good. It has 1,000 hit points, which is standard for Tier 8 tank destroyers. Whole armor is pretty much non-existent. It has this super weak spot here, which is around 120 mils, around 100 mils on the cupola. The entire front of the tank is around, what is it? It's 100 effect frontally, so which means it's around 140 to 160 effective, depending on where you shoot it frontally. So it's not going to bounce too much. It definitely is a tank destroyer. It is not that strong. Obviously, against Tier 8s and Tier 9s and Tier 10s, you're going to have significant issues trying to bounce anything. But against Tier 6s and 7s, if you do get good matchmaking, then yes, it can bounce those tanks quite reliably if they're not shooting APCR. Okay, going on to its mobility, its power to weight ratio is 27, which is As you'll see, unbelievable. It has a top speed of 55 kilometers an hour and a reverse speed of 18 kilometers an hour. Its traverse speed is 31.19, which is very good also. And its specific power is 26.39. So with 720 horsepower in the engine. So this thing is very, very quick. Without a camo net, it has a 41% camo rating when stationary without a camo net. So if you're not moving in it, you have a 41% camo rating. That is very, very good. And so you'll see when we compare it to the Amx AC48, okay, that you don't need to run a camo net if you're going to play this thing aggressive, obviously. But maybe you can get away with, as I've done, dropping the camo net for vents. You'd never drop the rammer. You always want to have as much deep tank destroyer as possible. And then view range, okay, as you can see here, with binoculars, I have 490 meters range. Without binoculars, the base of view range is 390 meters, okay? So you definitely want to be running binoculars on this with optics, unless you have an extremely high-skilled crew, so 4 or 5 crew skills with situational awareness and recon and brothers in arms. You definitely want to be putting binoculars, camo net, onto the tank. And that will give you that really high view range, 490 meters with binoculars. And that means that up to that spotting limit of 450 meters, that you're going to be able to spot your own targets for yourself and be able to provide effective tank destroyer support. So let's take a look at, let's compare this against 2 other tanks. We're going to take a look at this, and I've configured all 3 tanks to be as standard as possible as I can get in the client. But as you can see, compared to the Amx AC48, obviously the Amx AC48 has been recently changed in a patch and now has a 3-shot auto loader that does 240 damage per minute. Okay, obviously that has a higher rate of fire. However, it does have a significantly clip intra time between clip reload time, and its intra rate of fire is one of the downsides of its gun traverse speed, but as you can see, is significantly better, both compared to the Amx ACA and the SCRV S1. And overall, I think this is a really strong TD that Wargaming has. When you compare it to the Amx AC48, you can clearly see right now that it is outclassed. Yes, it has a little bit less armor than the Amx AC48, but pretty much in every other aspect, it is much better. And it is definitely a tank that if you like playing tank destroyers and quick mobile tank destroyers, I would definitely recommend getting. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the replay now, and we'll have a discussion about what we did. So here we are on Cliff. I am in, obviously, the Amx Cda 105, and you can see I'm just mousing over here. The pen has 260, heat pen is 310, and the HE pen, if you're wondering, 58mm. So it's not amazing, so just only carry a couple of them every game, just so you can shoot those weak targets. And this is my very first game. I've only played 1 game in the tank, aced it first game, spoiler alert. And I'm just going to rush to the middle. As you can see, 55 km/h speed limit, extremely quick. I'm almost as fast as an E25 reaching the middle on Cliff. So you can see that that's extremely quick. The Cockroach is a very quick tank. Going to aim my first shot here. Roll 439 on an IS. Extremely good. 390 alpha gun. First shot, very first shot of the tank. I get a nice high roll. And yes, it was just unfortunate. A bit of RNG there. Just fluffs my shot into the ground, but that's not a big deal. I'm going to line up another shot on this T3485M. And I don't think he's going to poke. He's going to poke. The Tiger 1's looking like he's going to push. 59 patterns just blocking me at the moment. So I'm just going to wait to see if this Tiger 1 drives across this gap here. And it looks like he's not going to do it. He looks like he's stopped at the moment. And I might take a blind shot. No, he gets spotted. I roll 350. That's obviously a low roll, but that's okay. Now just playing aggressive here. Still trying to just push this T3485M back. The reason for that If you look on the mini map down the 9 line, our team is doing an aggressive push, which is really good. Good to see the teams doing an aggressive push. They've identified that their heavy tank, the ML1, has, you know, their top tier tank has obviously gone the 2 lines, so therefore is not to provide any support against their tier 6s and 7s that are out on the 890 line. So now I've moved from that position. There's no more shots, and we have lost the 2-3 line, and the T44-100 is now going to poke, and probably in a second the ML2 when it comes off reload. So put a ping in that position because people need to be looking there. But it looks like we're going to have no one supporting or no one shooting that position. I just picked up 300 spotting on the T44-100. Looks like the JP2 might have shot him. The T44-100 is pushed across. Shooting the Katnar. Just going to try and get out of his way, but I need to make sure that I'm can't get shot if I raise myself too high. And I do end up taking a hit from him. As you can see, the armor is very weak, so be careful of that. And obviously use hold down spots, use rocks, etc. Kills terrain to make sure that you don't get shot. The T44-100 is doing some weird aggressive push. I roll 391, one above average on him. So you can see the gun is very accurate, very accurate. It is very, very accurate. 0.27 accuracy with the current crew that I have. And food, so which is very good. The ML2 correction, the ML1 is poking on me now, so I just need to pull back. So just deciding what to do now. Just need to wait. The ML1's pulled back, so now I know I can move up to this position here. Checking to see if the Scorpion's looking at me because I didn't look at my minimap where he was. I'm just going to auto aim on this JP, pick up the kill. Now just going to poke again once reload, 9.2 second reload, auto aim on the T-34, roll 403, but do take a large, it's quite funny, the IS shot me for 403 and I rolled 403 on the T-34-85M, which means it's pretty much, well it is, it's an identical trade, isn't it? It's exactly the same HP. Quite funny, I've never seen that before. Now, just waiting for the IS to become distracted. Going to auto aim on him again, there's no need to aim this, I can just poke over, pick up the kill. Now this KV2 is trying to run away. I should be able to get a shot in here if he becomes the push is too far. Pick up the tracking shot, roll 400, nice roll. Again, up to 2300 damage, got 400 assist, and there wasn't much chance of me doing too much more assist on this other than tracking. Because obviously I have been moving a lot and therefore not allowing my binoculars to come up and all that sort of stuff. The KV2 is trying to run, so just aim this shot, put it in. As you can see, like, the gun is really accurate. It's really accurate. So now we're pretty much just mopping up. It's 11-5. We have a full, or the enemy has a full health T-34-85M on the hill. So I have enough HP that I feel like I could outplay him. I remember I have 390 alpha. I am a 2-shot for him. And I need 2 shots to kill him, pretty much. So I'm gonna put my first shot in, roll 423, which puts him well within being able to kill him. There's no risk of me low rolling to 297, so not being able to kill. So he puts a shot into me. He rolls 171, which means I'm a 1-shot now, but he also takes a hit. So just gotta wait for him now to make a mistake. So just checking to behind me to make sure no one could shoot me from the 3 line. Now I'm just gonna push up this hill. Second and see if I can kill this guy. Remember, if he high rolls me, he probably could kill me. So I just need to be aware here of what I'm doing. He's moved away now, but that's a mistake from him. And I'm now just going to go pre-aim the corner. Check behind me. He comes out and kill him. And that is GG. As you can see, this is the post-game stat screen. Was an ace tanker, 4,220 XP, 3,020 damage, 4 kills, 400 assist, 1,125 base XP, and I made 91,000 credits. This was my first game, as you can see here. Scroll down, up. Okay, and there it is there. So yeah, as you can see, the tank does make quite a good credits when you do good damage, 91,000 credits, and you should not need to shoot heat that much. So we'll go back into the garage and take a look at the tank again, and think I'll cover off on my closing thoughts. Go back to the garage now. Overall, do I recommend getting this tank? Well, at the moment it's 10,700 gold. Well, that's the price that's been recommended for it to come out. And if you take a look at the tech tree, okay, it's around STRV, or a little bit less than an STRV S1. And in my opinion, this tank is better than an STRV S1. So if you're looking at getting an STRV S1 in the next couple of weeks, or you've already got one and you like playing tank destroyers, this should be a little bit cheaper, around 10,700 gold. Should be bought onto the World of Tanks store fairly shortly. And I actually really like this tank. I feel like this is a well-balanced tank. It doesn't have much armor, but it is very highly mobile. It has a really good gun. And if you have a French tank destroyer crew to put in it, it is going to be a very good crew trainer. And as we can see, it's probably going to make good credits. 105mm guns make really good credits because the shell cost to damage ratio is extremely good for 390 alpha guns. That's you look at, it's only $1,200 silver a shot, and heat is obviously 4,800, so a lot more expensive. So closing up, should you buy this tank? If you like playing tank destroyers, you need a French tier 8 tank destroyer crew trainer, like you just got the Foch B, or you've got a Foch 155 as well. This will be a very good crew trainer. And if you are just a tank collector, well, then obviously you're going to pick it up anyway, aren't you? So thanks for watching my review, and I will catch you on the next one.